Alright, so this is going to be take two. Um, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but whatever. So, I have a request. I know it's not the letter D. That'll probably be tomorrow. But I have a friend who requested me to do a tutorial for a rectangle because he is going to make a rectangle blanket. Here we go. I've been stuttering all night. Not only that, but I have the country has been coming out. The country is countrying. So anyway, let's move along. Okay. So what we're gonna do is you do have to do a little bit of math. Okay, and it's not anything crazy. So with a throw, a throw is usually 36 inches by 48. Okay, you follow me? So what you're going to do, you're going to take 48 inches minus 36. That equals what? 12. All right. If you want a bigger blanket, which is, let's say, if 48 inches by 60. 60 minus 48 is also 12. Okay. So, and you just make it, I mean, you can pretty much make it as big as you want to. So, I'm not going to be doing a huge tutorial. I'm just going to do like a baby blanket size. So that'll be 6 inches that you're going to be working with. So and with a baby blanket, you're going to start out with a 6-inch chain. Okay, if you're making a throw, it's going to be a 12-inch chain. Okay, so with the baby blanket, you're going to chain 24, and I haven't even been counting. You're going to chain 24. For a throw size, you're going to chain 48. So, but like I said, I'm just doing a smaller one, so it's going to be a baby blanket. So we're going to chain 24. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so here's a chain of 24, right? Okay. Now, what we're going to do is zoom in just a little bit. Okay, so you can see this a little bit better. All right, so now we're going to start working in our foundation chain. So what we're going to do, we're going to count the third one from the hook, which is 1, 2, 3. You don't count this one. You're counting the ones away from the hook. So 1, 2, 3. And you're going to do double, we're going to work in clusters. So there's 1, technically that's a second because 3 of those are counting as a cluster. Okay? So you're only going to do 2 double crochets into that first one. Okay? Well, actually, into the third one from the hook. We'll get it right eventually. Okay. So then, again, you're going to skip 1, 2, and go into that third one. Okay? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And we're doing clusters all the way around. If I can get my hook away from my Band-Aid. Let's try and... I might have to pause the video for just a second and go get that fixed because we don't need that. Okay, so go ahead and we're going to do this again, right? We're going to continue this pattern all the way down where you're going to do clusters of 3, right, into the 3rd chain. We're going to do it one more time. So there's the one that we just worked into. So you're going to go skip 1, 2, and work another cluster into that 3rd stitch. Okay. Yeah, I won't have to fix this band-aid. This is not gonna. It's not gonna work. Okay, so this is kind of hurting my finger, but it's all right. It's no big deal. Okay, again, we're going to count 1, 2, go into the 3rd, 3. So there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you can use... Jesus, that hurt. I just stabbed myself right there, and that's right where I cut myself. Okay, so that was pretty intense. Okay, now I meant to tell you about the yarn. It is, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby in the color, I think it's brick red, no, fire red. Fire red. It is a 7 ounces, 355 yards, 100% acrylic. They prefer you use 5.5, my go-to. So, all right, anyway, moving on, we're going to go ahead and again count 1, 2, that's what we're going to skip, and we're going to the 3rd one. When we get down to the last stitch, that's where it's going to change a little bit. All right. Again, skip 1, skip 2, go into the 3rd. We're almost there. I recently just looked into my YouTube channel, and my previous video has not uploaded yet for some reason. It's taking its good old sweet time. I don't know why it takes so long to upload a video. And that one wasn't very long. That was only like 17 minutes, if that. That's a shock, isn't it? Usually my videos are like 45 minutes to an hour. God, I gotta stop doing that. Okay, we are on our last one, right? Because skip 1, skip 2, and the last one. Alright, this is where it's going to change. Okay? Now, you gotta follow along. Okay. There is our 3rd and final double crochet, right? Okay. So this is what you should have. Okay? Oh, hold on. That's a little bit better. Okay? That's what you should have. Or that's what it should be looking like. Okay? God, that's hurting. Okay. So now we're going to start our corners. Okay? And we're going to go into that last... You can't see it because that tail's in the way. Okay. We're going to go into that last stitch that we just worked in. Okay? Listen carefully. the last stitch that you just worked in, we're going to work in it a little bit more. Okay, just follow along. Okay, so after you've done that last cluster of 3, you're going to grab your working yarn and chain 2, because we are making the corners. Okay, so we're going to do that. Chain 2 and work 3 double crochets into that last stitch that you just worked into. Okay, and I cannot emphasize that enough. Okay, so follow me. All right, we're on the same page. Okay, we're going to chain 2 one more time, and everybody makes like squares and rectangles. See, there's the country coming in out again. Sorry, I had to get me a 7 brew. If you have not had them, highly recommended. Okay, so chain 2, go into that last stitch again. Okay, with 3 double crochets. Okay, so now we God, I just stabbed myself again. Okay, so now we have 2 corners. Follow me? Okay, now since let's get this tail out of the way. All right, so now we're going to work down work. You better work. Okay, anyway, we're going to go into the same stitches that we just worked into on the previous row, because why? They are the 3rd chain that you have to work into. So it's already marked for you, so that's great, right? So do 3 double crochets. Okay, the 7 brew coffee that I get is a chiller, which is basically a frozen, might as well say a frappe. Okay, if you want to get fancy with it. So it is a frozen German chocolate chiller with extra coconut. Amazing. Tastes like one of the Girl Scout cookie, the Samoa. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, so we're going to go into that next one, because now we've already marked all of our 3rd chains, right? Okay, so, and I'm still trying to, remind myself, stay in the frame. I've actually done pretty okay this video so far. And I know some of y'all are like, that's gross, crocheting with a band-aid on. Well, you know what? If you don't like it, keep on scrolling. That's how I feel. This is not for you. This is a tutorial. I'm not planning on doing it. I'm going to frog it after I'm done. Okay? Plain and simple. Alright. So, again, keep on going down with your double crochets. And I don't mean to sound harsh. I really don't. But, there's it's always a Karen. You know what I mean? Alright. So, here we are to this one. Right? And I'm sorry. I just don't like a Karen. There's always that one. Alright. I know. I hate the Band-Aid. Okay. So, and look carefully. Okay. So you have this opening, And then you have this little peekaboo, right? Okay, we're going to be working into this one, right here. Right here where my thumb is. Right there. See it? Okay. And we're going to do our corners. Okay, so you're going to do, and yes, I do have a little bit of blood, but it's underneath the Band-Aid. I'm not about to get this Band-Aid wet because it's pretty bad. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to make a corner, chain 2, right? And I didn't realize the blood was there until just now, because I'm up close and personal. Okay, so we chain 2. We're going to do another 3 double crochets. Jesus. I want to frog this, so don't worry about it. Okay, then we're going to chain 2 again. Jesus. I'm going to have to... Okay, now, what we're going to do is we are going to slip stitch into the, this is the top of the chain 3, right? I mean, we didn't chain 3, but this is the top of it. So what we're going to do, we're going to slip stitch. Actually, you know what? We're going to do it the other way. Okay? And I know this is going to be different for some of you, but I'm telling you, this is going to help you. If you close your rows off with this, you're not going to have to walk your stitch over to the next space. You get me? Okay. So what we're going to do here, and I'm going to call somebody out right now. Robert, listen to me. Okay? It's not hard. So you're going to yarn over, stick it into the top of that right there, and then pull through, and then pull through all 3. That is a half double crochet, and you have made a crisp corner. Okay? And you're going to start in this corner, and you're going to finish in this corner. Okay? And every time you finish, you're going, instead of slip stitching, you are going to use a half double crochet. All right? So I'm only going to do maybe one more row, and that's it. Okay? So we're going to chain 3, right? Okay? We're only going to do 3 double crochets into this, because that's all it's going to need until you get back around. Okay? It's 3. Alright. Continue in every space with 3 double crochets. Okay? Just like a granny square, but we're making a rectangle. Okay? Go ahead and do that until you get to this corner right here, and I will meet you back. Okay, I'm back. And I changed my Band-Aid. Yay! Alright. It's that fabric Band-Aid, let me tell you, like that sucker was glued, like basically right on the suture. Or one of the stitches. Yeah, let's not get too fancy with it. Okay, so this is what you should have so far, right? This is where we started our new row. Okay, we're going to end in this same area, right? Okay, and if you have to, I don't know why you would have to, but if you can't remember where you've started or whatever, put your damn stitch marker in it. Okay? Anyway, So here we are. Okay. So we're going to we're in a corner, right? And this is just like a grading square. Okay? In the corners, you're going to do 3 double crochets. Okay? Chain 2. And like I said before, everybody, and I can't handle that scraping, so that's got to go. Okay? So, anyway, everybody has their own way of doing a grading square or triangle, whatever it may be with a grading stitch. Okay, this is my opinion only. You know, if you don't like it, you can do it your way. Some people do a chain, one chain between each cluster. Why? I don't know. I mean, whatever. Okay. Some people do a chain of 1 in a corner. Some people do a chain of 3. Me personally, I do a chain of 2 because it has a crisper corner. Okay? That's how I feel. So, anyway, on just 1 second, I gotta fix my phone. Okay, anyway, like I said, I chain 2 because it makes a crisper corner. Okay, so we're going to chain 2. We're going to work. Dear Lord, we're going to work back into that same spot because the corner gets 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Okay. This rectangle will also be used for a octagon shirt by Drama Crochet. So if you want to check that out, go right ahead. I might do a tutorial on that. I'd already told her I was going to, and she said it was okay. But I'm not stealing her thunder. She did design that herself. Okay, so again, we're back into another corner. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 more double crochet. Okay, and you get the idea, right? We've all done grading squares. Okay, so I'm going to pause it, and I will meet you when we get to this corner over here. All right. Okay, we are back in motion. All right, so we are at this corner before we close it, before we finish the row, right? Okay, so go ahead and do your 3 double crochets. Chain 2, 1, 2, okay. Okay, now we are back over here where we started. Okay, and all we're going to do is 3 double crochets. Like I said, you can use a stitch marker if you want to. Don't know why you would, but it's okay. Whatever. It's your prerogative. Okay. And to close it up, instead of chaining 2 and slip stitching, we are going to yarn over, get into the top of that 3rd chain. Okay. Pull through and pull through all 3. See? Nice little corner. Looks good. Alright. So then, now you can chain 1 and cut it right here, pull the rest of it through, and change colors, right? Okay. I'm not going to cut my yarn because I'm going to frog it, right? But I will show you how to change color. I just got to get into the scheme. This wasn't really my plan, right? I'm just going to grab a random color. So, you know, whatever. And this is, I want to say this is, I don't remember where I got it. I want to say it's Hobby Lobby, maybe. So this would be key lime. I don't know. Anyway, we're just going to call it acid green. Okay. So zoom out just a hair and go ahead and make you a slip knot. Okay. And like I said, you're going to cut it off right there. Okay. I'm not cutting the yarn, but we are going to work into that stitch that we left off with. You follow me? I want to zoom in just a little bit. Okay, and you're going to get into that corner space, right? Get into the corner space. Get your slip knot. Tighten it up. Okay. Then you're going to pull through, right? Pull through, and then you're going to pull through again. Okay, now you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? That's kind of bugging me. Okay, then you're going to do 2 more double crochets into that corner. Okay? And then work in every open space just like you would a granny square. Alright? And then keep going down the line. This reminds me of the Grinch. Okay, anyway. So you're going to get to here and go all the way down and get to the corner. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Same with this corner, and then when you get here, you're only going to do 3 double crochet, and then you're going to close it up with a half double crochet instead of a slip stitch. I'm telling you, this will help you out tremendously because it's going to eliminate basically 3 more stitches that you have to do. Because if you slip stitch, then you're going to have to slip stitch here, here, and here, and then chain 3. It's eliminating a couple steps. So trust me and follow along. This is going to help you out in the long run. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. This is pretty much it. There you go, right there. Okay. And like I said, if you are making a throw, the throw is usually 36 by 48. A bigger one is 48 by 60, and then, you know, so on. Go on, you know, multiples of 12. So, and then you're going to take the highest number, subtract it from the lowest, and that is going to be your starting chain. So, anyway, I hope this video was very informative. Remember to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. I will see you on the next tutorial, which should be the letter D, if I can ever figure out what that letter D is going to be. So, y'all have a great night. I'm going to try and start crocheting my my shawl. I'm going to do the rainbow. I'm going to do a rainbow prism, and it is going to be the bomb. So, anyway, like I said, I love you guys. Have a good night. Pray for my finger. LOL. Anyway, and I will see you next time. It might be tomorrow, might be next couple days. Don't know. But bye.